lie. Oh, yes, I lie. I lie to business leaders and I lie to diplomats. I lie to politicians and those military brats. I lie to raise the numbers in the polls about my day. I lie about the Russians because someone's got to pay. I lie to cover up my tracks. I lie to hide my past. I lie to keep them guessing and I do it real fast. I lie when it's convenient and I lie because I'm shy. When it's the bed I made and so it's here I'm gonna lie. I lie. Oh, yes, I lie. I lie to little countries and I lie to little kids. I lie to crack things open while I'm putting on the lid. I lie right to a soldier's face. I lie about the wall. But it won't make a difference, doesn't bother me at all. I lie to all the lawyers and the judges in the courts. I lie to the reporters 'cause they lie in their reports. I lie to my own children 'cause if no one knows the score, I can smile and lie to anyone and show them out the door. I lie. Oh, yes, I lie. I lie about the shooters and I lie about the guns. I lie for recreation, hell, I'm lying just for fun. I lie about the terrorists, I lie to get more praise. I lie about the cover-ups, been lying all my days. I lie about the presidents and global heads of state. I lie about my outrage 'cause you people take the bait. I lie on social media, I lie to pick a fight. And if you don't believe me, I'll just lie and say you're right. I lie. Oh, yes, I lie. I lie about my prowess in every way I can. I lie about how great I am, I lie about my tan. I lie about the darkness while I'm turning out the lights. I ponder what new lies to tell when I can't sleep at night. I lie and say I'm sorry when I feel no remorse. I lie to keep things steady and I lie to change the course. It's the horse that I rode in on and it's making all the news. Well, I'm the world's biggest liar, but I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah. One of my neighbors has a homemade yard sign that says, "Make lying wrong again."
What's that song called?
I'll wrap with something just a little more hopeful. This song is. I'll be back at the end of the show to do one more song to close out the evening, but I'm going to close out this first set here with a song that I wrote with. It was really inspired by conversations that I had with fifth graders at Waukegan North Elementary in Waukegan, Illinois. I was privileged to go do a songwriting workshop there, and I walked into their classroom, and Miss Hollander's class was really talking all about voting rights and important moments in voting rights history in this country. And of course, that's more than you can reasonably squeeze into one song, but it delighted me to no end that this is what a group of fifth graders was thinking about and wanted to talk about. It's called You've Got to Vote. You've got to vote. You've got to vote. Don't stand on the sidelines. Don't be remote. No, it's your right to exercise your power. So get yourself involved. Go out and vote. Susan B. Anthony said women have the right to vote in elections. We will stand and fight. She was arrested, she showed courage and might. She was brave and said the revolution is in sight. You've got to vote. You've got to vote. Don't stand on the sidelines. Don't be remote. No, it's your right to exercise your power. So get yourself involved, go out and vote. When we vote, we get to choose leaders who will represent our communities and views. But if you don't participate and let your voice be heard, it may not turn out how you want. Your vote is your word. You've got to vote. You've got to vote. Don't stand on the sidelines. Don't be remote. No, it's your right to exercise your power. So get yourself involved. Go out and vote. Voting Rights Act passed in 1965. People of all colors from every walk of life have the right to vote. We get to have our say in how to run the country. We will bring the greater day. You've got to vote. You've got to vote. Don't stand on the sidelines. Don't be remote. No, it's your right to exercise your power. So get yourself involved. Go out and vote. Yes, get yourself involved. Go out and vote. Yes, get yourself involved. Go out and vote. Go vote if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Thanks, musicians for the greater good, for hosting this event this evening. We'll see you later tonight.
Joe Jenks, everybody. What a great show. Thank you so very much. And we will indeed see you at the other end of the show. I don't know if you can see me, but my screen just moved, but that's okay too. What else is new? But anyway, can you all hear me?
We see you and hear you.
Can see me and hear you. Oh, hear me. That's good. All right. Well, thank you again, Joe Jenks, for a wonderful headline stream and great songs. And we will see you again at the end of the show. Our next performer is Chris Lee. And Chris Lee's bio for each one of you is: my musical journey began in elementary school, singing in the church. I discovered rock and roll early on, then sang with older musicians. I attended UMass at Amherst, where I really discovered folk and blues, and I began to learn to play guitar. I left UMass and transferred to what is now Bridgewater State University. There I began to perform primarily as a solo performer, and my musical interest became broader, playing rock and roll, folk, and songs of contemporary writers of the time. Not being a prolific writer, I don't agree with that. I borrowed heavily from established writers covering their songs and some friends such as Jim Polana. Once in a while I will find myself writing a song I feel is worth keeping and adding to my repertoire. Usually the songs are from my own experiences or autobiographical. Let's hear it for Chris Lee, everybody. Woo!
I'm going to do two songs. The first one is one I wrote a few years ago, and it was based upon what a wise gentleman told me about what happened to America. In order to keep what this was believed to be, we needed to take charge, stewardship, whatever you want to call it, and make sure that it went the way we should have had it go. It didn't. We didn't. Because after the Second World War, there was a period of time where things were wonderful, better than they'd ever been. The GI Bill, good wages, good jobs. And so people stopped thinking about it. And I grew up in that period of time, and my mother had a fur coat and my dad had a $5 bill, but that's not where the story came from. So my parents dreamed the American dream. It was all smoke and mirrors, not at all what it seemed. God on our side, oh glory did wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. All things within reach, dreams need not be small. Chance to do better was open to all. Good jobs with good wages, and if you worked really hard. There's a house in the suburbs with a car in the yard. On Saturday nights at the old Legion Hall, couples would dance 'neath the flags on the wall. From the great horn of plenty, they were drinking their fill. Mom had her fur coat at a $5 bill. It didn't take long and the Cold War began. China and Russia, we had A-bombs at hand. World order was changing, missile counts well. Strength, firepower to blow us all to hell. And way off in Saigon, we answered the call. Young men by the thousands in strange lands would fall. And when it was over and nothing was gained, those who came home were shunned and called names. But Saturday night at the old Legion Hall, couples still dance 'neath the flags on the walls. From the great horn of plenty, still drinking their fill. Mom still had her fur coat and Dad a $5 bill. No one paid attention while our country was sold. Those we once hated for a whole lot of gold. towers were tumbled and everything changed. Well, alone down and exchanged. That one again. Twin towers were tumbled and everything changed. War, secure future, rights were exchanged. While Saturday nights on the Legion Hall, fewer folks danced neath the flags on the wall. The great horn of plenty would need a refill. Gone were Mom's fur coat and a $5 bill. When woke from the dreaming and dream, it was gone, buried deep under the rose garden lawn. Those we had chosen to protect and defend had stolen the dream and sold it off to their friend. And nobody dreamed at the old Legion Hall. There's no one left dancing with the flags on the wall. Things change and fur coat's not a big thrill. Gone were fur coat and $5 bill. You can't buy too much with a $5 bill. There's not nothing you can buy with a $5 bill.
Yeah, babe.
Hey, Chris.
How true.
One of these days I'll get that right.
Sounded great.
Well, this one is a song that was written a half a century ago by a guy I knew, and it's called The Child Mourns, and it has to do mostly with what the environment we live in, both socially and chemically, and it was written by a fellow by the name of Arthur Arcanes, and I'm going to cheat and use a capo on this, and maybe I am. Come on, get on there. It's pretty brief, so it won't take me too long, and maybe we'll catch up a little bit. Hard to see in the dark. Child mourns, wonders why he was ever born. The child mourns, drop of dew, sweet morning dew. What have we done to that drop of dew? Fresh as nectar, pure crystal clear. It had everything that we hold dear. A child mourns. Green larch meadow, chaste virgin meadow, what have they done to this green old meadow? Soft and innocent with breath so clean, truth was there but it went unseen. Oh, child mourns. Man in the moon, man in the moon, what have we done to that man in the moon? Old and wise with heart-shaped face, no answer there, we've conquered space. Oh, child born. Oh, my soul, my poor, poor soul, what have I done to my poor, poor soul? Dew meadow, man in the moon, I've lost them all so soon. Oh, child mourn. Child mourns, a child mourns. Oh, a child mourns. Thanks.
Yeah, B.
Beautiful,
Everybody.
beautiful song.
Thank you.
Part of this wonderful night, and you did a great job. And thank PJ for that too. Now, as we're moving on, and we're getting a lot of comments on YouTube right now, and I want to thank everybody for working together as a team like we are, and making this happen. And so we are streaming to YouTube now, and people are asking how to donate, and I'm going to put this up once again. We did it a little earlier, but you weren't there to see it. So this is two places where you can go to tribute. I hope I'm holding it so you can all see it. And while we're just in between our next guests that I'll introduce momentarily, I do want to take 1 minute to let you know that both the shirt I am wearing and the logo that's on this lovely card that we have is what the logo itself was produced by Sue Peterson, who's a local graphic artist, and she did a splendid job on it, and I just want to thank Sue for that great work that she did. So you know, she's been part of this team as well. So next up we have two more wonderful people coming up who gave about the shortest bio I've ever seen in my life. But that's okay, because the quality of their music and what they bring to us is just wonderful. And our next two performers are going to be Suzanne Morozak and Brian Cartwright. And their bio says they have been performing off and on for 12 years that they've been together. We are regular at the Rosendale Open Mic, now thriving online. Well, that's where we are, and that's where they are, and we just want to welcome Brian and Suzanne to this wonderful event, and I bet you have a whole bunch of fans out in YouTube land that are looking forward to hearing you, and so aren't we. So let's hear it for Suzanne.
Thanks, Neil.
Yeah,
That
thank
bio
you.
covers everything that's important.
And thanks, everybody. This is a wonderful evening. We're really, really pleased to be part of it. So we're going to open with a song called Bound for Glory that was written by Phil Oakes in a tribute to Woody Guthrie.
Planted all the grass where there needed to be green. And now he's bound for a glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory. He wrote and he sang and he rode on the rails. And he got needed to be fed. And now he's bound for a glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory. He sang in our streets and he sang in our homes. And he was always there when the unions gave a call. He did all the jobs that needed to be done, and he always stood his ground when the smaller man would run. And now he's bound for a glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory. And its pastures of plenty wrote the gospel Balladeer. And this land is your land, he wanted us to hear. The rising of the unions will be sung about again. Deportees live on through the power of his pen. And now he's bound for a glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory. Now they sing out his praises on every distant shore. But so few remember what he was fighting for. Oh, why sing the songs and forget about the aim? He wrote them for a reason, why not sing them for the same? For now he's bound for a glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory. For now he's bound for a glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody. Nice to hear you. Oh, whoa.
Oh my gosh.
While Suzanne hushes the phone, I have a spiel to do for this next song anyway. In January of 1948, a DC-3 containing 3 crew, 1 immigration officer, and 28 Mexican farm workers crashed in the mountains of California. And when Woody Guthrie read about it in the paper, he wrote a poem, which later was turned into the song Deportees, or Plane Crash at Los Gatos. There were several things that were outraging Woody about this story. The flight was part of the Bracero program for migrant labor, under which farm workers were flown in, and then at the end of the season they were flown back to Mexico, even though they'd be returning again. The government would often pay farmers to destroy certain crops to keep farm prices up. Another thing Woody just thought was just plain wrong, to destroy food that could be eaten. And so his song refers to the oranges piled in their creosote dumps. And so Woody's song points up how this is similar to the way the workers' lives themselves were destroyed. And finally, he was reacting to the fact that a newspaper article did not even give the workers' names who were killed, just calling them deportees. The crops are rolling and the peaches are rotting. The oranges piled in their creosote dumps. We're flying them back to that Mexico border. It takes all our money way back again. The sky plane caught fire over Los Gatos Canyon. A fireball of lightning, it shook all our hills. Who are these dear friends all scattered like dry leaves? Well, the radio says they are just deportees. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't need a name when you ride the big They took all the money he made in his life. My sisters and brothers come work in the fruit fields. They rode that big truck till they lay down and died. Some of us are illegal and others not wanted. Our work contract's out and we have to move on. 600 miles to the Mexico border. They chase us like rustlers, like outlaws, like thieves. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita. Adios mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane. Is this the best way we can grow our big orchards? Is this the best way we can grow our good crops? To fall like dry leaves and rot on the topsoil, to be known by no name except deportee. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't need a name when you ride the big airplane. All will call you deportee.
Great job.
Wonderful rendition.
All right.
Yeah.
Coming back for one last song.
Welcome back.
This, thank you. This is a song by Joel Mavis. I think it was great. It's wonderful being here with Joe Jenks. So this is a sort of the other flip side of his Liar song. This one's called Yes, Truth.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it is. It's
Good
great.
point, yeah.
And it's hopeful. It's really hopeful. So I hope to see you out on Zoomland and hear all you people on YouTube singing along on this chorus.
Yeah, good chorus. You'll learn it very quickly.
Very quickly. For all the lying voices shouting in our ears, louder every hour, stronger every year, drowning out reality with mendacity and fear, yet truth goes marching on. Sing hallelujah, hallelujah, sing hallelujah, hallelujah, sing hallelujah, hallelujah. Yes, truth goes marching on. My eyes have seen destruction, no more can I afford of the fire and the lightning and the terrible swift sword. There is poison in the well where our sweetest water flowed, yet truth goes marching on. Sing hallelujah, hallelujah, sing hallelujah, hallelujah, sing hallelujah, hallelujah. Yes, truth goes marching on. People cannot listen to those words they will not hear, but truth is all around us, it is floating in the air. If you listen closely, you can hear it everywhere. Yes, truth goes marching on. Sing hallelujah, hallelujah, sing hallelujah.
marching on. Come, my sisters, won't you join us? Come, my brothers, won't you join us? Come, all you good people, won't you join us as truth goes marching on? Sing hallelujah, hallelujah. Sing hallelujah, hallelujah. Sing hallelujah, hallelujah. Yes, truth goes marching on.
Thank you all.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
That was great.
Yes.
I will tell you afterwards. You have a whole bunch of fans out there in YouTube land, so wave to them because they're all watching everybody tonight. So it's really nice. We're getting a lot of comments. So next up on our wonderful journey of music tonight is Jennifer Evans, and Jennifer Evans' bio is I will read it to you right now because I am meeting Jennifer Evans for the first time tonight as well, and I've heard all sorts of good things. I even looked at her website, which I'll give you. I'm a fingerstyle guitarist and singer and perform the socially relevant compositions of my gifted songwriter brother, Griff Evans, New York City's legendary radio host. Oscar Brand featured our CD, The Last Cheap Hotel, on his tribute show to friend Pete Seeger, saying, "These are songs that Pete would have sung." And Jennifer's website is Jennifer, JENNIFER Evans, EVANS.com. And I highly recommend you look them up because I've already done that, and there's a lot of wonderful things there. So let me say no more than welcome Jennifer Evans to our show.
Thank you, Neil. The folk music tradition includes speaking truth to power, something we desperately need right now. This is for the young folk singers of today. I play on streets, I play in clubs, but mostly bars and mostly pubs. Mostly pubs and mostly bars. Nylon strings on good guitars. I'll never sing amongst the stars. I sing the songs of freedom. I take no pride, I feel no shame. I've let them laugh and point and blame. In every town to which I came to sing the songs of freedom. The hoodless hawk that flees the hand, the cooing of the dove, might help us more to understand these freedoms that we love. This road I ride is hard and rough. I wonder if I have the stuff. I'm getting old, it's getting tough to sing the songs of freedom. My jeans are worn, my boots of brown are scuffed from walking town to town. It seldom takes a golden gown to sing the songs of freedom. The hoodless hawk that flees the hand, the cooing of the dove, might help us more to understand these freedoms that we love. If If I could wish for anything, I'd ask the young that they might bring themselves to learn to play and sing and seek their songs of freedom. I play on streets, I play in clubs, but mostly bars and mostly pubs. Mostly pubs and mostly bars. Nylon strings on good guitars. I'll never sing amongst the stars. I sing the songs of freedom.
Wow, that was
Nice. Yeah.
Everybody. As Neil mentioned, a lot of the material that I do is by my brother, Griff Evans. That was one of his. Here's another one by Griff. These are dark times. This song is about helping others through these times. He has holes in both his shoes. He's traveling on the daily news. Should you see him, remember if you will, the path he walks upon is all uphill. She pushes on a shopping cart. Let us employ a gentle heart and show the ones who'd play her for a fool that nothing good can come from being cruel. Let us help those with none at all, who never rose beyond the fall, and not ask, does the deal seem fair, but freely give and call it square. A homeless girl out on the street who hasn't had enough to eat, let us agree and then be reconciled. To see that little girl as our own child, let us take pains to find inside more good than bad, nor strength than pride, and help the fallen find beyond the fall some hope where there had been no hope at all. Let us help those with none at all, who never rose beyond the fall, and not ask, does the deal seem fair, but freely give and call it square. To think that we won't need help too is not a reasonable view. Still let the ones who rose beyond the fall with some degree of hope, however small, be good to those that have no hope at all. Be good to those that have no hope at all.
Wow. Yes.
Lovely.
Does Griff perform at all?
Griff does not perform, and that works out pretty well because I don't write. So he's the writer, I'm the performer.
13.
Did everybody hear the news that Arlo Guthrie is retiring from performing? He announced it last week.
Yeah.
The last time I saw Arlo perform, he closed his show with this song. He said that they were some of the last lyrics that his dad, Woody Guthrie, of course, ever wrote. And Arlo put the lyrics to music. He asked those of us in the audience to please pass this on. Now's a good time to do it. The song is titled My Peace, P-E-A-C-E. Something we're sure gonna need in the coming months. So Arlo, we're really gonna miss you. This is for you. But out of respect for Arlo, okay. My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. My peace is all I ever had, that's all I ever knew. I give my peace to green and black and red and white and blue. My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. My peace is all I've got and all I've ever known. My peace is worth 1,000 times more than anything I own. I pass my peace around and about, cross hands of every hue. I guess my peace is just about all I've got to give to you. I guess my peace is just about all I've got to give to you.
Lovely.
Oh, thanks everybody. This has been an honor.
So wonderful. So many people in this audience obviously know that is one of my favorite songs that I've ever heard. And the last time I saw Arlo play with his whole family was last summer in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and he closes, as you know, or likely know, he closes all his shows with that.
Okay.
And I just pray for him, and I do pray for that peace that we all really do need and hope for and pray for. So thank you for doing that. That's a wonderful story. And thank you. Jennifer Evans, everybody. So we are going to be moving along to our next performer. That will be Sherman Whipple. And Sherman writes. He is a singer, songwriter, and a political activist since 1968, beginning with the anti-war movement, music, and folk festivals in New York, Long Island, cares, benefits, relocating to Massachusetts in 1976. So Sherman's been around a while, and I've been honored to say that I've known Sherman for many years, and I will say no more than he's a fabulous person and a wonderful performer. Let's hear it for Sherman Whipple, everybody.
Thank you. Neil, I thank you for doing this, and to Steve, Kathy, and Ron making this happen. And I feel kind of honored to be doing this. My activism was inspired by the same guy who inspired me to pick up a guitar, which was Peter Barry, who was the headmaster of the Buckingham Friends School in Lahaska, Pennsylvania. And he played the guitar. He had a Gibson, I think it was a D18, and he was tall guy, and he would play for various opportunities. Even if you had like a study hall, he would come in and play for you, which was kind of an odd thing, but it was a Quaker school. And I've remained friends with most of those people. But a year living in Bucks County and in that area, it took the rest of my life for all of the lessons that came with it to settle in. And so this is a song I wrote called Balladeer. Well, stay for a moment and hear my song. Better days, long time gone. I'm a storytelling guitar man who sees not the right for the wrong. My vision's been clouded by battles never won, victories too slow to come. Have we all forgotten how we marched to the cry, we shall overcome? And do you remember the songs that I sang? Words of peace, words of love. I'm yesterday's protest Balladeer, today's has been, never was. In '68, I heard the call, then learned the chords and words. Then I sat on my ass, I sang high up on grass. Applause was all that I heard. But the times, they have changed, as the poet said. Issues and leaders are dead. They died not of bullets, but of boredom, he said. Why fight when you're being well fed? And do you remember the songs that I sang? Words of peace, words of love. I'm yesterday's protest Balladeer, today's has been, never was. And do you remember the words were so good, they thrilled your heart, filled your mind? And I even recorded a song of my own, but they said it's ahead of its time. And I once sang for thousands, both dollars and souls, but that was a lifetime ago. Now I play in a bar and I sleep in my car. My God, where did it go? And do you remember the songs that I sang? Words of peace, words of love. I'm yesterday's protest Balladeer, today's has been, never was. But you know, war and injustice, they'll be back someday. Maybe they've always been here. I'll be ready with my songs and guitar. Maybe I'll make it this year. And do you remember the songs that I sang? Words of peace, words of love. I'm yesterday's pro days has been, never was.
Whoa!
Thank you, Sherman.
My pleasure. And I got one more for you because we're running tight on time. And it's a Phil Oakes song that I first heard Joan Baez do. And it has always been one of my most favorite songs. It's There But For Fortune. Show me. Actually, I do the harp part first. Show me the prison. Show me the jail. Show me the prisoner whose skin has grown pale. And I'll show you a young man with so many reasons why that there but for fortune go you, go I. Show me the alley. Show me the train. Show me the hobo who sleeps out in the rain. And I'll show you a young man with so many reasons why that there but for fortune go you, go I. Show me the whiskey with its stains on the floor. Show me the drunkard as she stumbles out the door. And I'll show you a young girl with so many reasons why that there but for fortune go you, go I. Show me the country where the bombs had to fall. Show me the ruins of the buildings once so tall. And I'll show you There's so many reasons why that there, but for fortune, go you, go I.
Sherman.
Yeah.
Sherman. Wow. That was really nice. Thank you. And you have a whole bunch of fans on YouTube as well, Sherman. So they're watching you and they're making comments. So I'll let you know about them too. So, all right. Thank you, Sherman. It was great, great job. And we're moving on to our next performer, and that would be Stuart Marcus. And Stuart is a person who, believe it or not, I had the pleasure of meeting in Jerusalem, virtually, of course. But Stuart is coming to us tonight from Long Island, New York. And his bio reads that Stuart Marcus is a member of Gathering Times, an international touring folk rock harmony trio in the spirit of the 60s, like a co-ed CSNN. Gathering Times is known for astute songwriting, accomplished musicianship, and a stellar vocal blend. Gathering Times swept the international folk radio chart in March of 2016 as their CD Keepsake took the #1 album, #1 song, and the #1 artist slots. They followed up with 4 top 5 singles. Their latest, Get Together, was #1 in July of 2020, named Long Island's Best by LI Press. In 2011, they were voted most wanted to return among the 2012 FRFF Emerging Artists. So let's hear it for Stuart Marcus, everybody.
FRFF, for anybody who doesn't know, is the Falcon Ridge Folk Festival. And I can add that it just came out a couple of weeks ago that our new album was the #1 album on the folk DJ chart for October, and we were the #1 artist. This is a song I wrote. Actually, it was the title track of our first album called Songs of Hope and Freedom, and this is a song that hopefully everybody can relate to, because it's really a song about the power of songs to inspire and to motivate people to action. So the line "Songs of Hope and Freedom," and then something else after that repeats. So if y'all want to repeat that at home with me when it comes up, that'd be great. They're sung in every nation, they're heard in every age, in the brashness of a preacher, in the guidance of a sage, the hymnal of a Christian, the prayer book of a Jew, the Buddhist monk whose saffron robe lies bloodied in the dew. The chance to make life better, the chance to have a choice. Songs of hope and freedom are heard in every voice. Sing that with me. The songs of hope and freedom are heard in every voice. In villages and hamlets, unknown beyond their walls, when peaceful people hear a cry or heed a timeless call, the suffering of a stranger, or to stand up for their own, to challenge the battalions who stand behind the throne. When the burden and the bondsman know it's time to take a stand, the songs of hope and freedom are heard in every land. Sing that with me again. The songs of hope and freedom are heard in every land. It's songs like Go Down Moses and Light One Candle Too, Amazing Grace and Jubilo and Glory Hallelujah. And if this land is your land, a land of liberty, when people suffer anywhere, no one is truly free. Music may sound foreign, you may not know the tongue, but still you'll know the meanings from the way that they are sung. In quiet halls and churches, we're confronting a regime. It's what some take for granted, to some is still a dream. In rituals and rallies, in hallowed hall and hill, the songs of hope and freedom are never to be still. One more time. The songs of hope and freedom are never to be still.
Beautiful.
We'll retune slightly here and do a song written by that great folky Stephen Stills. You might have heard of his band. He's the S in CSN. And this is a song written as the nation was recovering from the last great divisive period. And it harks back to one that was even more divisive than that. And it's called Daylight Again, which is what I'm sure we're all hoping we'll get to. Maybe we'll see the dawn rising in about 1 week's time. Daylight again, oh, bring me to bed. I think about 100 years ago, how my fathers bled. I see a valley covered in bones and blue. All the brave soldiers who cannot get older been asking after you. Past calling from Armageddon's side, when everyone's talking and no one's listening, how can we decide? buried in the ground. Mother Earth will swallow you, lay your body down. Find the cost of freedom, buried in the ground. Mother Earth will swallow you, lay your body down.
Yeah.
Hope it doesn't come to that again.
Where I came from. Great job. Thank you on that.
Thank you. So I think I got time for one more. And this is one that I wrote. I was invited to join a contest to write the protest anthem for the current age. And I didn't win the contest, by the way, but Gathering Time had the number 4 song on Folk JJ list the month this came out, so that's a good consolation prize. This is a song I started thinking back to the times that America has stood on the side of good and righteousness and the progress we've made. And if I had to sum it up in one line, it was we've come too far to turn back now. So if you want to echo those lines when I get to the choruses, please do. At the wilderness, General Grant he cried, of all the gallant men who died. And he cast his eyes at 1,000 graves in the great war to free the slaves. But he rose and made a vow, we've come too far to turn back now. Won't turn back now, won't turn back now. We've come too far to turn back now. After the Ardennes, Eisenhower paused at all the sacrifice it caused. 19,000 men and 500,000 more to end a genocidal war. But his task was planning how we've come too far to turn back now. Won't turn back now, won't turn back now. We've come too far to turn back now. In every age there's a fight for freedom and for right, as people rise to say, you can't take these away. Down in Birmingham and in Washington, and the places rights were slowly won. Martin Luther King, many others killed to see the dream of America fulfilled. In the songs of hope they did end out. We've come too far to turn back now. Won't turn back now, won't turn back now. We've come too far to turn back now. Each time again we see that freedom isn't free and must defend zealously human rights and liberty. Now we watch with dread, though we thought it dead, as thoughtless hatred rears its head. As the good book warns, in words so sage, each generation, every age, we must renew our sacred vow. We've come too far to turn back now. Won't turn back now, won't turn back back now. We've come too far to turn back now. One last time. Won't turn back now. Won't turn back now. We've come too far to turn back now.
Great.
Word up.
That was wonderful. And
Yeah.
we even have some people from Jerusalem listening to you tonight.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
That's a great thing. So we got a whole bunch of people in the house tonight, but thank you very much for your part of this wonderful show tonight.
That's great to know.
Well, it really is. And, we've had people from all over the place, and we've also had this young fellow who's going to be closing up our show tonight, hopefully with 2 additional songs to keep our night going, if he has it in him. We can show our dear friend Joe Jenks, who, even though he might not have been on the screen, Joe has been commenting about almost he has been commenting about each one of you on YouTube. And thank you, Joe, for doing that. That means so much. And you just pick up so much from what people's words speak, as we pick up from your music, my friend. And I don't know where you get your music from, but is there one specific place that you draw all of the things and the thoughts that you come up with? All the music. I mean, you've collaborated with some of the best. Your mentors were the best and are the best. But I'm just curious where you began all this multi-year decades of music.
Neil, for some reason I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you. But to the extent that I understood your question, I have to say that I'm the youngest of 7 children in my family, and I grew up singing with my siblings, and I grew up singing with my family. And it really, both in my dad's family and my mom's family, there was this sense that that music was sort of a birthright, that music was a thing that belonged to all of us, and that it was a part of all things that we did in the family, camping trips and singing together in church. And, music was an integral part of life, singing in the holidays, and we all sang in different choirs and community groups. And I would also just say that I think somewhere in there, I also got the sense both from, I would say maybe more from my mom and my siblings, and also from a lot of my teachers growing up, that music had the power to change things in the world. Music had the power to be a vehicle for opening hearts, opening minds, and building bridges, engaging in cultural diplomacy. And so much of what we think of as protest singers, protest songs, are often more advocacy. More often than not, you look at somebody like Pete Seeger, and he was singing far more often about what he was for than what he was against. He was singing about the world emergent, the world that he wanted to be a part of and that he wanted to help continue building for his children and grandchildren and for future generations. And I think the heart of music as a tool for transformation comes in connecting ourselves not to the antagonistic side of it and to the I'm against this, I'm against that, but to the proactive side that says this is the world that we want to see. This is how we want to be in the world. And when we can use our music as a tool of celebrating the world that we want to bring into being, I think that's usually more effective than just, shouting against a thing. We have to be for a thing.
Joe, I hope you can hear me a little better now. Are you able to hear me better, Joe?
Yeah, I just turned my own volume up too. This is how you know it's live, folks, because,
It's partly me too, and it's live, but your words that you just spoke were very telling of the question I did ask. So thank you so much for that beautiful answer, and I totally agree with that answer. I love it. And you've had that ability over all the years I've known you, and had the honor of calling you a friend and just loving what you do. And I'm not sure if you did hear me. I did ask you if you had it in you, if you could close our show with 2 songs.
Sure, I'll be happy to play 2 songs. And, Stuart and Jennifer and Sherman and everybody who was singing tonight, thank you so much for your music, for your songs. I was sitting off to the side just listening, and I was actually watching it on YouTube because I was curious how it was coming through. So I left this computer and then I went to a different one and was sitting over there. And it was just, I was very touched by the heart and soul present in this evening, and very, very pleased to be a part of it. This is, this is exactly what I was talking about. It was great to hear the Phil Oakes songs and the Woody Guthrie songs. Thanks for playing Deportees, one of my favorite songs. So this is, I'll play a song for you. This is an American classic, a patriotic song, and I think it's so important that we figure out how to claim patriotism on our own terms. So often on the progressive side of politics, we get so used to being advocates for change that sometimes we forget to just stand back and celebrate the beauty and the wonder and the goodness that goes alongside all of the brokenness that we have to keep working to heal. But this is a song that I think has spoken that sense of goodness and wonder to people for many generations. America the Beautiful. But recently, my friend Jesse Paladowski, who lives in the Washington, D.C. area, rewrote this song. And then I took the liberty of shifting, since he'd already gone there and rewritten the song, I changed a few more lines myself that just made sense to me. But I really want to thank Jesse Paladowski for inspiring this. And this is 98% his version. It's just a beautiful piece of music, re-envisioned again as the world emergent, the world that we hope to bring into being and that we want to pass on to future generations. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountains' majesties, above thy fruited plain. America, America, God shed much grace on thee and spread the love sent from above, from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful thy immigrants who toil from every land, their hope and heart and diligence, like gifts from God's own hand. America, America, thy grace shall yet remain to greet the poor who reach thy shores with open arms again. Oh, beautiful thy working folk, built cities, tilled thy soil. Proud Africans in slavery's chains, the wealth built from their toil. America, America, God shed much grace on and spread the love like peaceful doves from sea to shining sea. Nestled at your breast, just as we sing with love and pride, so are all nations blessed. America, America, alone cannot abide. God give thee pause to mend thy flaws, with truth thy only guide. God give thee pause to mend thy flaws, with graciousness abide, and spread the love like peaceful doves from sea to shining sea.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
That is so beautiful.
All right. Well, thank you for the opportunity to do one more song. I had not planned on that, but that instrument I was just playing, for those that are curious, is an electric bouzouki. It was built for me by Baird Blaine in Fayetteville, Arkansas, as was the acoustic bouzouki over here, shaped like a small parlor-sized guitar. Baird built both of those for me. And for those of you that have, there's Neil, can you put up that sign again if people want to make contributions specifically under the Musicians for the Greater Good name? We have a discrete link.
Go to our website.
Yep.
Let me just see. Oh, okay. So this is what Joe is referring to, and I've also put it on the YouTube page. So please do just go to www.musiciansforthegreatergood.org and scroll down. You'll see a donate button, and please donate to the Biden Harris campaign. And let's close this most wonderful, wonderful show with another song by Joe Jenks.
Well, this might turn into a little bit of a medley. It feels only appropriate to sing this song. I appreciated the homage to We Shall Overcome earlier in the evening. And this was to the United Farm Workers, the same sort of anthem for them, De Colores. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Canta el gallo con el kiri, 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 kiri. La gallina con el cara, 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 cara. Los polluelos con el pío, 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 pío. y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. De colores brillantes y finos se vista la aurora. De colores son los mil reflejos que el sol atesora. De colores se vista mi raza que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond desert. And all around me that voice came sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking, I saw a sign there, and on that sign it said private property, but on the other side it didn't say nothing. That sign was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. In the center of the city, in the shadow of the steeple, by the relief office, I saw my people. They stood there hungry. I stood there wondering, is this land made for you and me? This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can make me turn back. This land was made for you and me. Sing, this land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. Thank you so much to Musicians for the Greater Good. Thanks for putting on these concerts. Number 10, the final one before the election, and there's going to be a special election night event. I understand that you all are hosting, and I'm hoping one of you can share that with our listeners.
Yes, they'll. Ron, do you want to do that, or I'll be glad to? I actually just did on YouTube, but Ron,
you go ahead.
Okay. Well, we will be back here again. Let me just thank Joe Jenks once again for a fabulous, fabulous headliner and a wonderful closing. And all of this will, thanks to Mike Delaney, will be on the YouTube feed once he does the entire thing after the show. But
on the MGG website also.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Ron.
It'll also be on the MGG website.
That's right. It'll also be on the MGG website. And I do just want to let you know, we will all be back here a week from tonight, which, as Joe just said, and it is election night, a week from tonight. Every performer that has performed for all 10 of these events were invited to come back and be part of that. And I believe Karen has them all lined up, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but
They're lined up.
everybody's lined up. Okay, well, that's good. And it's going to be from 8 p.m. to 11:30, I guess, to see, because the California closes is at 11:30 our time, Eastern time.
Each close at 11, and we're going to close at 11:30.
Okay, so we've got a great, great show lined up for next week, and it'll be the same Musicians for the Greater Good to website www.musiciansforthegreatergood.org, and you will find us. Just go to the YouTube channel for that very name, Musicians for the Greater Good. But to donate again, and somebody just asked me on YouTube again, to donate for tonight's event, please do go to our website, www.musiciansforthegreatergood.org. Scroll down and you'll see the red donate button. Please do that. Please donate. But also please make sure you vote, and vote so you can be doing it in a safe way that's safe for each and every one of you as individuals, because we are all individuals. And as Kathy is holding up her mask that says vote, just like President Obama was wearing earlier today, only a little different. But thank you, Kathy, for your demonstrations. But I just want to thank, as Joe did, but I just want to, by names, thank everybody that has made this possible of this team, who really worked together hard tonight to make this all come together. And that's Ron Israel, Kathy Donlan, Stephen Martin, Karen Sauer, Mike Delaney, Andrea Kulish, who is the person who did the graphic art work for a lot of what we have going on with the website and things like that. And also Sue Peterson, who made our logo for this event. Did I leave anybody out, you guys?
Yeah, Neil Braverman.
Yeah, I had nothing to
Did you mention Karen? Did you mention Karen?
That was part of this event tonight. I cannot thank you enough. I was really honored to be the MC for this show tonight, and it was so great to meet each and every one of you that I didn't know, and just thank you. Please go in peace and in harmony, and thank you. I do hope to see you all really very soon, and be well.
Nice to meet you all.
I love you all.
Love you all.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night. Thank you, everybody.